The Collegio Nazzareno by Caterina Damico, Course Narratives of Place, Professor Mark Davidson, Spring 2022 at the Boston Architectural College. The Collegio Nazzareno is the oldest free European public school. It opened in 1630 in the historic center of Rome, Italy. Founded by a priest, it was a school for many artists, intellectual, public figures, and government officials. The school was founded in a time where public instruction not only did not exist, but was inconceivable. In fact, most people could not read or write. Giuseppe Colasanzio, the founder, wanted to open a school that the poor could attend. It opened with only 8 scholars with free room and board. For a long time, the school did not have a definite address, and students, together with teachers, were hosted by philanthropists and sustainers of Colasanzio's dream. In 1689, the school finally was located in Via del Bufalo in Rome, where it is still today. In 1630, the Collegio Nazzareno was founded. The image represents a book recounting the story of the Collegio from 1630 to 1930. In 1689, the school finally found a definite location, a building in Via del Bufalo in the center of Rome, 5 minutes away from the Spanish Steps. In 1751, the foundation of the Physic Cabinet in Natural Science was founded, favored by the Pope Benedict XIV. In 1760, Gian Vincenzo Petrini, a priest working at the school, founded the Meteorological Museum of the Collegio Nazzareno and wrote a book about it. In 1824, the school risked to be fused with other institutions, losing its name and mission as a public free school. In 1848, Pope Pio IX strongly sustains the mission of the school and successfully incites families to enroll students. In 1884, the school starts a humanities high school based on the classics, teaching Greek, Latin, philosophy, among the many other regular curricular courses. In 1960, the school is well established. Later on, it will open the Scientific Lyceum with strong foundation on math, physics, and chemistry, and the Linguistic Lyceum with concentration in languages. The documents of the building, Palazzo Tonti or Nazzareno, are contained in the archives of the Collegio itself. The building was donated in 1622 by Michelangelo Tonti to the Scolopian order to host a school for the poor. Before that, the owner was Orazio Caetani, who bought it from Alessandro Maurelli. Alessandro Maurelli was the owner since 1591, and he used to live in it with his family. In fact, the frescoes on the ground floor and in the main hall refer to him and his family. Before that, it seems it belonged to Angelo Maria Colucci, who bought it from Ottavio del Bufalo, who gave name to the piazza in front of the building. The original structure was enlarged between 1698 and 1712 on its side. Its facade is in Renaissance style, and the main entrance is a rustic portal built in large blocks with sunk joints and a roughened surface. The windows and balconies have corbels with the images of lions and tree leaves, as we can see in the pictures. The courtyard contains ancient statues and a nymphaeum in the back. In the building, there are ancient busts, paintings of cardinals and poets, popes, allegorical scenes, and emblems of many powerful families. On the main floor, the existing gallery was enlarged, and a great hall was erected with double register windows. One of the main vaults in the hall hosts the fresco Triumph of Arts and Science, painted in 1731. In 1870, Tito Armellini created the oratory in what once was the Theater of the Nazzareno. In 1990, a new wing of the school was built, and the existing large antique garden was lost. In 1956, the Largo Nazzareno was opened, and the antique building that was there was demolished, and a new building was erected, drawn by the architect Giambattista Milani. The lions in the ring of the Medici testifies to the friendship between Colucci and the Medici family. The buffalo heads found in the loggia could refer to Colucci's wife, Girolama Bufalini, whose family stemma is the buffalo. The issue: cities forgetting and changing their narratives for the tourism industry. The book, The Tourist City, is one of the first books discussing the tourism industry and its impact on cities. It is composed of chapters written by many authors. In the book, Judd and Feinstein explain that cities are competing to attract tourism and how this has impacted the city landscape, reshaping the special ecology of the city. Both authors agree that tourism devalues culture, and because it provides low-paid jobs, it is not enriching the city. Holcomb, in her chapter in the book, is concerned with the fact that cities, in order to market themselves to tourism, may destroy their soul and authenticity. This is what is happening to the city of Rome. It has undergone heavy gentrification, especially in the center, where most working class people resided. Many squares and public spaces that were occupied by the Romans have been transformed in places designed to attract tourists, often with narratives that the population does not recognize. Many stories have been colorized and, with time, lost their original message. Those neighborhoods which contain the most famous Roman monuments have changed so much that the Romans avoid them and have spontaneously left their homes for other parts of the city. Entire neighborhoods are dedicated to specific touristic attractions. Local shops that once made typical bread or pastries have disappeared together with their products. Neighborhoods have lost their character. Food has lost its original taste and form. The antique building has seen thousands of students, sometimes entire generations of the same family. As you enter the main gallery, pictures of families adorn the walls, and many Romans have their great-great-grandfathers' paintings exposed there. The school has become part of the texture of the city, and many have remarkable memories of their time there. Even though it was a Catholic school, the teaching and the teachers were laic. The alumni have sustained the school economically and morally when needed. Today, more than 400 years later, the school was acquired by a corporation who intends to transform it into a five-star hotel. It is one of the many buildings that are being bought by international conglomerates who are transforming the city of Rome in a city only for tourists, redesigning its history. Now, this new threat is upsetting the citizen even more. Historical buildings that hold pieces of our history are being sold to foreigners. Iconic, fashionable designers and enterprises that were typically Italian have been sold and are being sold. The general feeling is that Italy is producing Italian vernacular products for someone else to profit from. Now, buildings that hosted our best schools and restaurants are being transformed in touristic traps. But Romans are not just watching. A committee to protect our culture and lifestyle is being formed. For some of the buildings which are antique and have a specific destination, as for example a school or a museum, the citizens are impeding the change in a touristic attraction by appealing to the law. If these changes of destination would occur, then many people will ask for changes on their own property that the city has negated previously. This will create a precedent that the city does not want to deal with. Politicians and government officials were not prepared for this strong insurgence of the citizens. A battle is about to begin. The primary players and roles within Collegio Nazzareno questions are the owners of the building, since they want to make the most money, and of course this would interrupt the narrative. The religious order, who built the school, who want to continue their mission and maintain and create memories. The laic teachers and managers who want to continue working for the school and maintain and create memories as well. The ex-alumni who want to preserve the memories of school and maintain the memories. The alumni who want to be able to attend the school and add to existing memories. Finally, the Ministry of Belle Arti, which wants to maintain the antique building as it is and continue the narrative in the future. And finally, the Ministry of Tourism, which wants to increase the people visiting, and this would, of course, interrupt the narratives. Some quotes from the Collegio Nazzareno ex-alumni replying to the threat. Fabrizio Segui, how cool, being ironic. In the name of the cultura, they did some really bad crap, huh? Anno Domini 1630. Today, it's a culture of getting fat. More money. Wants to replace and cancel an inestimable artistic and cultural heritage. 500 years of history. How sad. Fabrizio Vuolo, Collegio Nazzareno, 1960s. It's 11:30 a.m. High school class 1A. The Professor Gorga is taking us to the gym. Here comes Professor Martucci with his usual box of candy for everybody, puffing like an old locomotive. We did everything except exercise. How can we even conceive of losing our school? We must defend it. Francesco Amato. Almost 60 years have gone by, and my memory goes back to those glorious days at the Nazzareno, when boarders still wore the uniform, with a kind of pride. The days dedicated to studying, but also to talking and playing sports together. I used to eat there at the cafeteria, and the cook indulged us with excellent food. If I remember correctly, older boarders, seniors in high school, also had a glass of wine. And the trips you used to take with the boarding school bus. Such incredible and happy memories. Of course I will fight to defend the school. Alessandro Falciatore. Do you remember this plaque? We were there 30 minutes before class, looking at it and waiting to get in, fearing the long, difficult lessons that were expecting us behind that plaque in that portal. Remember the antique fountain outside of the building? We used to touch the water for good luck in our portal test. Amazing memories. I will fight so that the Collegio Nazzareno can continue in educating the next generation of Romans, including my grandchildren. A petition has been written by the ex-alumni of the Collegio Nazzareno, and it says, the Collegio Nazzareno, the oldest school in Rome and one of the oldest in Europe, founded in 1630 thanks to the work of Giuseppe Colasanzio, risks being transformed into a five-star hotel, erasing the history and values that have been handed down in over 4 centuries of history to their students and to the entire city. This transformation is only the latest in a series of private interventions that have been attacking in recent years all the most prestigious buildings in the historic center, together with the cultural site, in particular cinemas and theaters. The Collegio Nazzareno resisted Napoleon's attack and the spoliation of the invading Nazis. Unfortunately, today it may be a mere real estate finance operation that brings it to an end. This is only one of the many operations that are gradually emptying the historic centers of our cities, starting with Rome, canceling schools, healthcare facilities, institutes, and cultural centers to make way for hotels, restaurants, and luxury residences. The consequences of these actions are emptying and increasingly impoverishing the urban fabric, thus depriving the citizens of its memory and primary services. The Collegio Nazzareno is a priceless heritage of the city of Rome, both from artistic and an historical point of view. For this reason, we invite everyone to sign the petition that allows to preserve the property from internal and external transformations that could seriously compromise the integrity of the structure and furnishings. Just as, above all, we ask all Romans and foreigners who love Rome to sign the petition to ensure that the Nazzareno retains the functions of building for training, understood as an equalized school and therefore recognized by the Italian state. We want the Collegio Nazzareno to remain a school and a public institution accessible to all. We want that all possible actions be taken so that the founding mission of the Collegio Nazzareno, the story that this institute represents as the oldest popular school of Rome, are respected and protected. A link to the video of the petition on YouTube is provided. For now, the case of the Nazzareno is closed. The committee for the Collegio Nazzareno managed to involve the Italian Democratic Party in the issue. The party needed larger offices in the center of Rome, and the Institute gave them the upper floor, and that served as a stop to the transformation of the building in a hotel. Why? There's no evidence of the reasons why this happened. As many things in Italy, when politicians are involved, wonderful or awful events tend to happen. In this case, being the Democratic Party very powerful, it can be imagined that the new owner was satisfied with other favors that it could get from this political alliance. Furthermore, the amount paid for the rent must be very high, since anything that implicates politics, at least in Italy, has a tendency to be greatly overpriced. Anyway, what is known for sure is that the building remains a school, and the Collegio Nazzareno is still in operations. Further considerations must be given to the fact that the public state schools have taken away many students from the private institutions like the Collegio Nazzareno. Unless you are chosen for high grades and come from a very low income family, the school is quite expensive for Italians. Furthermore, the Nazzareno has a very difficult curricula, including in-depth courses that rely on memory and elaborations of thought. The school imparts rhetoric as a means to convince the audience, diplomacy as a way to reach the best treaties. Very interesting and complex debates take place every week, including subjects like philosophy, politics, news, economics, and more, which all need a good oratory and diplomatic ability. The school gives the students the tools to be able to debate on every side, changing stakeholders and situations. Once you attend this type of school, universities seem easy and fluid. Many students who walk this path have learned to study hard and to question everything, elaborating and finding common ground among the many subjects they study. This makes the school a very good educational tool. Unfortunately, many students choose easier paths. Moreover, the gentrification of the city center and its transformation in a touristic city has diminished that Roman population that used to reside in the area. Via del Bufalo is in the heart of the antique Rome. This makes it difficult for many students to reach the school. Permits to enter this part of town are very few and not often dispensed. The Collegio Nazzareno used to be the corner school, the one who you walk to from your home. This is no more. The texture of the city has changed, transforming everything in a commercial and touristic endeavor.